Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're tuning in from. Just taking a moment, taking a little deep breath here, cause I got some shit to say today. Oh man, and I don't know. Maybe this will be political. Maybe it won't be. I don't think love and kindness is political, but it apparently is, and I'm a little fired up. I'm a little fired up. So we're gonna talk about it just briefly. Or we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I just need to. One of the things. Okay, what? Where do I even begin? So I made a video a few weeks ago about it was like a message to my trans community. Now I don't necessarily use the call myself trans, but I do relate a lot to the trans community. And so I made a video. It was very loving. It was very like the message is of love, the message is of you deserve to be here and your experience and everything that you're bringing here is of value and important. And you're so loved and so worthy and so like deserving to be here. And I've just been seeing different things, and finally today I was like, you know what? I am going to share that video in my neighborhood Facebook page because I was like, I can't hide behind my screen. I can't hide behind uh yeah, just kind of like hiding in the shadows on the internet. Like I wanted to me that felt like a good step of like, okay, how can we make change or start to spread love and light and joy in my local in my local neighborhood, in my local community. Uh, and I don't know how long it was up. I only like monitored it for the first maybe like 20 to 30 minutes, and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna close close Facebook and just step away and do my own thing because it was getting mixed responses. The message that I was sharing was, if there's anyone in the neighborhood in the LGBTQ IA plus community, that you're loved, and I'm a supporter here for you. And then if you're not, and if that message or talking to that individual, that group of individuals feels brings up hate and fear and hatred, uh, or disgust or whatever, if it brings up these negative emotions, like I invite you to still watch the video anyway and to reflect and know that you're still loved too. And I thankfully did read some positive comments in there, and there were a couple mean ones. They didn't get too mean, thankfully, but there were a couple in there. And then, like I said, I was like, okay, I'm gonna step away. I'm like, I'm good. I put it out there, and it, yeah, I wanted my neighbors to know that they're loved and that uh, however they show up in their expression, however, even the people that commented hurtful comments or mean like comments, I still view them in a positive light. Like I still feel like those people are just as deserving of love. And most of the messages, or most the few I did reply to before I closed it, I was just like, I'm sending you love and light. Like that's their experience, that's their pain, that's for them to work through. But what really kind of Oh, hold on, let me turn that down. What really grinds my gears a little is I one of my neighbors texted me and they were just kind of like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I was like, "Well, it is what it is. It's I can't control other people. I just wanted it to be known. I'm sure spreading my light is going to cause it's gonna cause like it's gonna stir up some stuff. Some people it's gonna resonate with and it's gonna be great, and other people it is going to uh really, really stir up some stuff going on in them. And I was like, you know what, we're doing it. And that's what I like there's nothing in my heart that I feel like I could do. I'm like I can't change another person's behavior. All I can do is spread the message and spread the love and spread the light that I want to spread, and I know my intentions in doing so. Um, and I just wanted people to know that they're welcome here. And what was really kind of a bummer and what kind of got me fired up right before I came on here was just I went to check. I like gave it some time and thank you for stopping in. I went to check and I saw that my post had been taken down and the moderator of our neighborhood Facebook page had made a post about kindness, but then also about um, you know, keeping certain topics basically out of the page. And it just it makes me sad. It makes me mad. It makes me hurt for the people who could have benefited from that message. It makes me because it to me that shows them the voices being silenced and people that are speaking up or people that are willing to speak up or come forward or try to share love and light, and those voices getting silenced or getting dampened because of discourse. And the moderators got to do what they got to do and what they feel right. I'm not a moderator in the group chat or in the Facebook page for the neighborhood, but I hurt for the adults and children that are in my neighborhood and in my communities. And it's like they see a post like mine where I'm trying to share love and I'm trying to share messages of acceptance. And I think the like mean or hateful comments like those like they suck in some capacity, but it's like I recognize that that's more of a reflection of what's going on internally in their mind and body than it is an attack on me. It's more just like they have some stuff that they need to work through and find love and acceptance for themselves, and they're just projecting it in this way. So I can detach from that. Um, with some love, I can detach from that. But I feel for especially the children. I feel for the children that see silencing, see deleting alternative opinions as just like the way you navigate the world. Like you can't control other people, and you can't what do I want to how do I want to say this? You can't control other people and my voice will not be silenced. Yeah. My voice will not be silenced. And even just saying that, I'm like, I feel the power and the anger and rage and whatever else just like rising in my chest. It was just like my my love and my light and my message of kindness and compassion and hope and whatever else will not be silenced. I refuse to live in a world that feeds on fear and anger and hate and is finds it acceptable to live in these dark times. Like I it's not acceptable. At least for me. I refuse to live in a world that way. That's no. 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 Uh the world I'm living in and the world I wish to co-create and the I am creating is just one of love and kindness and healing and growth. And I know this world is not for everyone. Like, you gotta choose this if you want it. But, goddamn. Yeah. No. I I will not be silenced. And them removing my post today was a gift in many ways. One way, it gifted me with the ability to not potentially see what other comments were made. Um, so that it protected me in that way. And on the other hand, it gifted me this sensation of this this internal fire of like, oh, oh, okay, you want to silence me? You want to remove my message of love? Uh-uh. No. That's not gonna work. uh no. So it's lit a fire. It's lit it's lit something in me that I'm like, whew. Yeah, I refuse. I refuse to be in a world ruled by fear and hate. No, that's not gonna work. That is not that won't do, donkey. That won't do. And if you don't get that reference, that's from Shrek. I'm not trying to call people donkeys. Damn. What what a morning. What a day. What a life. Just finding inner peace. Finding inner peace, letting go of what I cannot control, focusing on what I can, who I am, and my intentions, and who I know myself to be, and who I know we're all capable of becoming, and who we're all capable of being. Just reminding myself that we're all on our own journey. We're all beings of the light. That's my belief, anyways, that we're all beings of the light. And just wherever we are and whatever is coming up, it's for us as individuals to work through and choose to heal and grow if we want to choose to heal and grow. And all I can do and all I can control is showing up exactly how I want to show up and spreading the message that I want to spread or I feel called to share, and that message is of love and light and kindness and compassion, and knowing that the pain, again, the pain that people project or comment on videos or Facebook posts or Twitter pages. Well, I don't know, I don't use Twitter, but like wherever people comment and hide behind their screen as they're spewing hate and fear, they're only harming themselves. They're only separating themselves further from the source within them. And that's why when you spew fear and hate towards one another, it feels so like gross. It feels so gross because the source within you knows, like the source within you doesn't view the people that way. The source within you, there is source within you. And we're all powerful creators. We're all beings of the light. We are all capable and filled with so much love. And it can feel scary to face those fears, and it can feel scary to meet those deeper parts of ourselves, and that's where the fear is coming up too, is like fear is part of your ego mind, part of your protective mind that is trying to keep you safe, because our brains, our minds, they very much want to form patterns, they want to recognize patterns, and they want to, I mean, we're wired for survival. But the thing is like the survival that we're wired for is primarily like the basic needs and also trying to keep ourselves safe from predators. And so we don't, at least many of us in the more developed world, we don't live in a state of life or death situations every single day. I know there are very much exceptions to that, but I would say at least like I'll say middle class and up. I can't speak for others, but I'm in the middle class. I'd classify myself in the middle class, and at least here in America. And it's like, from my experience and what I've witnessed, we are not living. It is not life and death every single day, but our bodies are still acting like it is. Our minds are still making us believe that we are. And that's the thing about our minds, is we can shape our minds, we can change our minds. Our minds are malleable, our minds are can rewire, our minds can make new connections. Uh, we have this stuff called gray matter that exists, and it's so anything you're feeling or any belief you're holding can be changed. it just takes, like, a belief is just a thought you keep thinking over and over again. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care where that belief comes from, whether it's backed by science, backed by faith, or anything. It's just a thought you keep thinking over and over again. You've wired that connection in your brain. And if you change what you think about and you start to look into different things, you'll start to rewire your brain, just like you train the algorithm on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, whatever content you're consuming. You're training the algorithm to present you with more of that content. And so the same goes for your brain. Your brain is like a computer. The more the more content you consume of a certain type, the deeper that groove, the deeper that belief becomes. And if you want to change it, you gotta go find that new content, or get that new software and download that into your brain, and keep keep going over it to strengthen that connection, and keep going over that to strengthen that belief, or that viewpoint. The thing is, like, you get to choose. A lot of us were given a lot of us were raised a very, let's see, hold on, how do I want to say this? We were all influenced by the environment we were raised in. We were all influenced by, the family or friends or media that we've consumed growing up. And that acts as our, I would say, our kind of, trying to think of technology terms. We go back to technology terms. That's almost like the starting software on your computer. It's like okay, when you're a baby, when you're young, it's like you're a brand new laptop. You got some amount of starting software, just to keep yourself alive, just to turn your computer on, that runs in the background. But as you're learning from the people around you, like what they're doing, how they're behaving, how they're interacting, what content is coming into your field of view, that's like taking your computer and downloading new files and downloading new programs and new software to run in the background. Maybe you got Spotify going on, and maybe you got, you know, uh, Google Docs or Word processor, whatever, Microsoft Word, and it's like you're downloading these different files as you're going. But this metaphor is developing as I'm going. Hold on, I'm thinking. And thank you for the follow too, by the way. As we get older and we become conscious individuals, and by conscious, I mean, in this setting, I mean, when we learn that we have autonomy over our own bodies and autonomy over our own minds, that's when we get to start choosing what that software is that's being downloaded, what those files are that we're adding onto our operating system. And you can delete files whenever you want. You can delete your files whenever you want. I get rid of shit all of the time. Yes, love your damn self. So I feel like my message here and what I'm sharing is just an invitation to take inventory of what files you have on your operating system, of what content you are consuming, what content you are allowing yourself to, keep hardwiring in. And if you're noticing, and I would say, and notice how that's affecting your life. Like, are those files, are those belief systems leading to a happy life? Like, are you filling your life with joy and happiness and love and whatever positive emotion you might want to feel? Or are those beliefs filling you with pain and sadness and anger and disgust and shame? And do you want to keep feeling that way? Because, I mean, you can. Like, don't let me stop you. Don't let me, make you be happy. So if you want to stay in the depths of the despair, I can't stop you. uh, but that's your choice. That's the beautiful thing, is you have the choice, and you can change it. You can change, and you can say, you know what? I'm tired of being sad. I'm tired of being in pain all the time. I'm tired of being depressed. That's the point I got to in my life, is I got so far down there that I was like, fuck this. Like, this can't be what life is about, is being, sad, depressed, body in pain, like body hurting all over the place, can't eat like hardly anything all the time. There's got to be something better to life. Like, what am I doing? And using that pain and anger, frustration, whatever, to make a change and just be like, all right, I'm saying goodbye to these old files, these old softwares, and I am downloading some new stuff. I'm downloading videos of cute puppies. Like, I am downloading uh, moments of gratitude. I am downloading learning about mindfulness and meditation. I'm downloading just like, I'm just looking out the window right now and I'm like, damn, that grass is so green and that sky is so blue and there are clouds in it that are just perfect little specks, that it's just like this childlike wonder. Yeah, I'm tapping into that childlike wonder because, like, that feels so good. And so me coming on here and sharing and talking is just this message of hope and kindness, that you can change. You can live a great life if you want to, but you got to choose. You got to choose it. You got to choose to live that great life. It's not gonna happen on its own. You're not just gonna fumble into magic. Like, you gotta. I mean, magic will start to appear as you're healing and growing. But if you're in the depths of your pain and suffering, magic isn't just. You're not gonna suddenly start to feel magical. Like, there are emotions you gotta work through to get to this, like, childlike wonder. But each step of the way is a little bit more growth, is a little bit more healing. So I welcome anyone and everyone who is willing to face their pain, face their darkness, face their anger, and say, you know what? I know I'm mad, and I know I'm sad and depressed, and I don't want to be it anymore. I'm done with that. I'm tired of that. This life isn't for me. Like, to be sad and depressed all the time, or to be in pain all the time, like, fuck that life. Those people come my way. Like, let me love you. Let me help, like, just like let me love you. And celebrate you as you're making this change and making this journey and taking this, yeah, taking this journey to grow and to heal and to find joy. And I've got plenty of tools and resources for my own journey that I love to share. One of those is a quiz that's on my website. It's 10 questions, and that gives you a ton of different tools and resources depending on where you're at, to help you know or take stock of where you might need more love in your mind, body, or spirit. But outside of that, just showing up here, showing up in this space, being around other beings who want to share joy, their joy and their love, and just allowing yourself to receive. Because when you start surrounding yourself with different people and you start surrounding yourself uh, with love and light and kindness and compassion, your system will start to raise, will uh, start to match them. But it'll also probably stir up some stuff for you, because to get there, you gotta go through it. Unfortunately, it's not a snap your fingers, okay, all my pain is gone. I'm happy now. Um, there are tips and tools and tricks and things you can do to shorten that time, but that pain that is trapped in your body and those experiences that are trapped and lingering gotta be felt. They gotta be felt to be let go. And it doesn't oh it does I was gonna say it doesn't always feel, it doesn't feel good. Like, to feel the pain, it doesn't feel good, but you're strong enough to get through it. You are strong enough to overcome it. Otherwise you wouldn't have been given that pain. But you are strong enough to feel it, release it, let it go. And you're strong enough to call in that level of joy and pleasure and love and light, and amplify those even like more amazing feelings too. So many of us have come here and we've learned, we know what it feels like to be, our bodies are really good at feeling pain. Our bodies are really good at survival. Thank you for the follow. And our bodies are really good at our bodies are really good at hurting. They're really good at protecting us. They do a great job at protecting us and providing for us in that way. And it is up to us and our minds to remind our body and to teach our body how to experience and how to hold and contain that much more love and joy and pleasure, and like allow those good feelings to exist within our body. Because I know whenever I first was on my journey, I'm like, it felt weird to feel genuine happiness. It felt weird to, like, it felt wrong that I was like I was feeling joy, or it felt wrong that I was feeling like pleasure or anything like that. Like, it didn't feel like I was allowed to experience. Ooh, okay, hold on. Yeah. Ooh, okay. That It didn't feel like I was allowed to feel pleasure. It felt like my pleasure was for someone else. And that makes me emotional to say, and to share. And also, I think it's important to share that. because I don't think I'm alone in feeling that way. And it took time to learn and heal and retrain my mind and retrain my body that no, I deserve to feel joy. I deserve to feel pleasure. Like this is good. And there's no shame. If anything, it's beautiful. It is so beautiful. And I just want others to know that too, and I want others to know that they can feel the joy, and they can feel happiness, and they can feel pleasure, and they can feel peace and bliss, and however that shows up for them. And that you are allowed to feel that way. You are allowed to feel good. You are allowed to you are allowed to love yourself. And feeling joy and pleasure and these things is a gift, is an allowance. And just reminding yourself, reminding your body, giving yourself that permission to receive the goodness of life. Because we didn't come here to suffer. We came here to experience contrast, to grow, to expand. So it's up to each of us to decide how that looks. Just taking a few deep breaths here for a moment. Taking that in, just we're allowed to love. You're allowed to love. You're allowed to be loved. You're allowed to feel joy. You're allowed to feel joy and pain at the same time. It's okay to grieve and find pleasure at the same time. You're allowed to be. You're allowed to just be. And no one can silence your voice without your permission. No one can take your joy or your pleasure without your permission. No one has ownership over you or your body. Only you. Only you. Thank you. Thank you for being here and being in this space with me. And just immense gratitude. Thank you. I think I'm going to use that as an opportunity. I'm going to grab a sip of water and move into doing maybe a short meditation. I feel like maybe like a 15-20 minute meditation, just to kind of help ground that all in and sink back in here. So let me update the stream and I'll be right back. All right, we're back. We're gonna go ahead and do just a 15-20 minute meditation. 15 feels right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start a timer. Get comfortable. I invite you to take a few deep breaths here as we get started. Feels comfortable for you, I invite you to close your eyes. Just sink in to this present moment, wherever you are. Whoever is with you. Just feeling the wave of peace and relaxation trickling in from above. Imagining this beautiful white light with gold specks and sparkles coming down, floating down delicately, slowly. Starting to kiss your skin. If your body feels so called, I invite you to open your arms and allow yourself to receive these beautiful light, these beautiful golden specks and sparkles and glitter. Divine love, divine light. Noticing where they're landing on your skin, on your body. Maybe they dissolve into your skin, filling you with love and light. Or maybe as they fill up, it starts to create this beautiful web, this beautiful mesh golden light of golden armor. Surrounding you and your being. Allowing those lights to move all over you or land all over you. Maybe you take a stretch here. Expose a different part of your body to the light pouring in. Maybe it's your neck, your collarbone. Maybe you feel called to expose abdomen. Maybe you catch them in your hands. Use your hands to spread that gold glittering light all over your body, your protector. Your vessel, your love, and your light. How those gold flakes to ignite every nerve ending. Feeling its healing power. Take a deep breath. Let what no longer serves you go. Each breath, each exhale, sending out what no longer serves you to be composted. Whatever will serve the highest and best. Maybe you're imagining you have a dragon's breath. You're breathing fire. Maybe with each exhale, the energy that no longer is needed is turning to sand. Whatever it is, let it go. Let it happen. Start to notice as these flecks, gold, start to become entwined. The pink ray of light. A beautiful, vibrant pink. Maybe your inner child is imagining pink streamers twirling down. Or maybe you're in a pink laser beam. But notice the pink within the gold flecks. Notice how they dance together. Notice where the pink likes to land or wants to land on your body. Feel its warmth. Maybe it brings a blush to your cheeks. Feel that joy. How good that feels to be surrounded by love, surrounded by light. Maybe your body wants to stretch into this, reach out into this, really soak up everything that's pouring in. You take a yawn, you release that tension in your jaw, tension in your forehead, releasing the tension in your shoulders. Tension in your neck, releasing the tension in your back, releasing the tension in your elbows, your wrists, your fingers, allowing the twitches to come as the muscles relax. Release the tension in your low back, in your hips, in your core, in your abdomen. Releasing the tension, moving down to your thighs and your knees. Letting it go out of your calves. Taking a yawn. Travel down into your ankles, or you travel down into your ankles. Release the tension there. Release the tension from the arch of your foot, your feet. And last but certainly not least, releasing the tension from your toes, the knuckles in your toes. Just laying here. Just soak this in. Your relaxation, pure love and light pouring into you. Just enjoy this for a moment. gonna start to come back now. If you're ready, you can stay there as long as you'd like. Come back. And start to wake up each nerve ending. Maybe you wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Start to run your hands along your arms, your belly, your legs, neck, face, top of your head. Connecting with your body. First and foremost. Letting go a sigh of relief as you come back, open your eyes. You come back into your space. Orient to your surroundings first and foremost, looking left. Noticing the shapes, colors, the textures, the patterns. Slowly looking to the right, doing just the same. Noticing the shapes and colors and textures, looking up. That's accessible to you. What's above you? Bringing your eyes to what's below. Thank you for tuning in, for being here, for supporting the stream and my channel. I'm sending you so much love and light as you go about your day. Don't forget to hit the like, follow, and subscribe to be notified. I appreciate you. I appreciate each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you for tuning in to the meditation. That was good. I needed that. I'm gonna take a couple minute break here, go to the bathroom, grab a little snack, and then when I return, I'll be doing, I think we'll do some readings. I'll drop that in the chat. Maybe I'll see about getting this queue manager situation figured out, but we'll be back after the short break, so feel free to rest, relax. I'll turn the sound bath volume up a little bit, and I'll see you shortly. All right. I want to try something, but I can only do this while this is live. So give me just a second while I'm trying to see what this looks like. I. Mm, oh. You're getting the live view of what's happening over here. I don't know if this is going to be worth doing it or not, but authorize. What does that mean? This I don't really know. What happens if I click join? Does that show up over there? It doesn't look like it. Well, that didn't work how I wanted it to. Hold on. If I refresh that. Trying to get technical / trying to make doing these readings easier because someone shared about the bot thing last time. And I feel like this could be really easy. But it was just like you can't edit it unless you're live, which is at least this extension that I found. And so that's a bummer. So you're gonna sit with me for a minute while I'm trying to see if I can get this to be good or something that we can work with. There you go. Okay, I refreshed that, but I need this to like refresh. And now, does that update? That doesn't look like that's doing what I thought it might. Do that. Da, 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 da. We're trying, we're learning, we're growing, we're figuring it out, seeing what happens. It's still showing. It's still showing my other thing. It's not. I mean, I like it in that little area, but it being in that little area and not updating is a no bueno situation. I mean, I can have it open on the side, but I really wanted it on the screen. Wanted everyone could see, you know, who's in queue. And then you know to join the queue if you're interested. Queue manager. Stream manager quick actions. I have it so viewers turn it off, turn it back on. They definitely don't have a ton of this specific extension does not have a ton of details about how to work it. I can control the queue from the panel extension. So they say. Yeah, I don't know if this is a good method or not. It feels like this is probably not a good method since it's not. It was a good idea, but the fact that it doesn't refresh, like this link that I put in there is not refreshing to show that I removed myself, and it's constantly saying authorize. That's doesn't. I can refresh the cache of the page, but I don't want to. That doesn't seem like that's worth it. All right, well, we tried it. We're gonna remove that, and we will just stick with chat, and I'll figure something else out for the next time, I guess. Yeah, I don't like that. It's a decent idea, though. All right. Or, well, hold on. Is there another easy one that's like... I appreciate y'all just kind of joining me as I'm sitting here figuring out. I'm just trying to make a good experience and make it easy to know, you know, who who's interested and it doesn't get lost in the message. Let's see. Q. Nope. Extensions. Let me tell you, these extensions, they need a little work on their details. Oh, okay. I found something that looks plausible. Okay. I'm gonna try this. This looks... Actually, hold on. Enable the chatbot option below. And it says you have to do it before I go live. Okay. Okay. This is gonna be I will do this later. But I have something else installed, and I will try that next week. I will remove this one. Uninstall. Great. Yeah, we'll figure that out next week. Yeah. I definitely have a preference for easier to use technologies. And also technology really likes to I don't know. Technology likes to teach me lessons. Not only was I having my conversation about brain and software and all of that for the earlier in my conversation, but I before I left the corporate world to do, you know, this Lady Lighthouse and build the Lady Lighthouse brand, I was working in a software company or working at a software company as like the subject matter expert on how that specific software worked. Let me tell you, I'm really good at breaking software or really good at uh, finding the holes or gaps or whatever in things. My I I have been blessed with having software not work for me more often than not. Maybe not more often than not, but like let me tell you, I feel like I could make a lot of money if a company, a big name company was like, "Hey, you want to check out the user experience on this and see, how it works?" I'm sure I could find something because I find things all the time in very very common like applications or web pages and whatever else, and it's funny. And I do reach out. I end up like submitting support tickets and things for because I'm just like, hey guys, here's this. Like, pretty sure you got a bug here. You might want to rephrase this here. Just spreading the love, helping do quality assurance from the sidelines. Thank you. Uh, I was so glad to leave the corporate world. Let me tell you, I just couldn't do it anymore. I just couldn't. I got burnt out. I got burnt out, and I was like, all right. I ended up. It took a little bit of time to kind of recover from that, and then you know really start focusing on. Uh, I'm just laughing at my hair. We're doing this little Bo Peep shelf going on, but anyways, yeah, it took some time to get over the or move through the burnout that I got from the corporate world and then start to actually sink into to building my own thing. Like I knew I wanted to build my own thing and I took some time to find balance there and then now I'm much more back in the okay, I can work like a 9 to 5 or like do 9 to 5 esque hours. I don't quite do that right now. I work weird hours, but I love working with my energy and working when I feel called to work instead of working when I'm mandated to work. So, if anything, I probably work more now than I did before. It's just way more fun. And I don't really consider it working either. Cuz if I'm not on here exactly, if I'm not on here streaming, then I have stuff that I'm doing on my website and marketing and researching and product development and all of the things. Like the streaming part is fun because I enjoy getting to kind of be of service in this way. And also that's such a small I like the streaming part is just a small part of what I do. That said, I am doing readings if there are anyone if there's anyone here that is interested. I do them on an intuitive basis, and so basically I need you to put I consent in chat, and then I tune in to Spirit slash my team to see if we're in alignment to do a reading today in some capacity, and then whether or not that is, a full 15-minute like mini psychic channeled reading or if it's just a card pull. I tune in and see what feels like it's in the highest and best to be of service. So that's how those work, or that's how I feel called to do it. Loompa. Yeah, I consent. That feels good. Let me see. Do you want? Okay, it feels like a oracle. I appreciate that. Consensual agreement. I am all about consent. It feels like the oracle cards are what's calling out in this. So the deck that I use is the Shaman's Dream, and it's a beautiful gift. that I received a while back, but we'll just bring through whatever is in your highest and best. It could be one card, it could be multiple. We'll see what kind of pops out here and just go from there. Let me tip this down just so you can see me shuffle a little bit better. So whatever is in the highest and best for Luba. Ooh, okay. We had 3 pop out. All right. So first we have 48 Sky Dancers Surrender. Let me adjust my seat here for just a second while I'm tuning in. I'm really drawn to, in this card, to this kind of like upper fiery, almost mane or like hair, or just like, I'm really drawn to like the top of this butterfly-y, dragonfly like figure, and I'm getting a lot of, it's like I'm getting a lot of like flowing energy. I'm getting a lot of, there feels a lot of balance with this card. It feels very like you have the masculine energy, you have the feminine energy, and you're just kind of, you're going with the you're going with the flow of life, and it's where you're sending out so much like love and light and rays of just like goodness just coming up of, it's almost like your bat signal, just like, I am in surrender to the world, and whatever's coming is coming, and it just feels really good. That feels really peaceful. The next one that popped out was Crown Games, Right Use of Power, number 8. Done. So this card, I guess I was kind of looking at it because it's giving me this this feeling around remembering, being aware of, being conscious of, but remembering who you serve and making sure, hold on. Yeah, there's an intensity coming through of, it's like an intensity and almost like a strict parent, where it's like, be aware of, or like make sure you don't forget where you came from. Like, make sure, let me think about how to articulate this. It doesn't feel like you've gone like off your rocker, or it doesn't feel like you've gone astray. Like, it doesn't feel like it's happened, but it feels like it's almost like a warning of staying in alignment with who your true self is, and as you're getting like building this awareness of your power and receiving that, you're using this power wisely, and that it's not like, watch your intentions. Be conscious of your intentions with this connection, with this surrender, with who you're interacting with. But it doesn't feel like this has happened per se. It feels more like a warning of like, don't use your power for bad, like use your power for good. I struggle with that specific terminology for myself, but uh okay. But it's a very intense feeling of like be consciously aware of where you're using your power. Be very consciously aware of your intentions behind it, and make sure that it's aligned with your heart and your head is not, and the anger is not. Maybe, uh, yeah, yeah. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad you're picking that up. The don't let the ego influence the power you have to have serve higher good. Yeah. Yeah. And then the other one that came through was Watcher's Transpersonal. Let me just look at this briefly before I show it. I love how all three of these cards are really heady. And by that I mean all of the energy and attention is coming into this like crown area. Even that last card, I felt it just the anger very or like the sternness coming into the head. And so even this card is feeling I was very much directed up to that crown forehead area. And this one just feels like it's like I said all of that and my attention was brought to that, and now all of a sudden they're like, okay, look at the throat. And so now it's coming, the feeling is coming down from, all right, all of the information, everything that's in your head and using your power wisely, and now coming into speaking your truth and speaking from a place of alignment and a place of love. And speaking from your heart and feeling it's like moving. We started up here and we're moving down into the heart space. Good. I'm glad. There's something I'm feeling in my third eye and my right eye. So give me just a second to see what. I feel like I'm like I'm stressed. Like I feel like there's some stress coming through. Um my eye isn't twitching, but it feels like it wants to twitch. Have you been have you been really stressed recently as it relates to finding the balance between like ego self and your higher self or your power? Mm, okay. You've been really stressed to manifest more of what's aligned. Let it go. It feels like the stress the stress that you're you're putting on yourself, the pressure you're putting on yourself is blocking the manifestations because you're so focused on what you don't have and so stressed about trying to create that it's not allowing that energy in, like all the stuff that you've put there. So let the stress go. Relax. Remind yourself like it is done. It is here. It is coming. It is here. Yeah. Exhale deeply. That's good. I'm just, like I said, I felt it came into kind of like my right eye area. And so I just feel, I don't know, compelled to tap here, compelled to kind of help move whatever that is. So a few deep breaths. And if I invite you to, if it feels resonant, to do some tapping also in that same, like in a similar area on your face. If you want to tap kind of on that upper cheekbone underneath that right eye, that's where it feels like it is. And or kind of up over the nose and then a little bit into the third eye. It's just tap, exhale, just let it go. Good. Good. Shake it out. You're welcome. Thanks for the follow and also tuning in here. I appreciate you stopping in and chatting, and I invite you to donate if that feels resonant with you. If not, I'm grateful for your support. So, thank you for being here. For those that are just tuning in, I'm doing intuitive readings. So they are anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes long, depending on kind of what comes through. They could be a card pull, it could be a little mini energy session. Basically, I have you put I consent in chat, and that allows me to tune in to see if we're in alignment for a reading today. And then if I get the go ahead from spirit, I check in to see what type of reading, and then go from there. So that's how it works. I'll be working on getting some sort of queuing system for hopefully next week. But right now I'm sending Lupa your energy back, calling my energy back. And I'm ready to do the next one. Whoever's ready and feels called to come forward. But yeah, like I said, it can be anything. I do a lot of the messages that come through for me, my channel. I'm very connected to, well, let me see. I've done mediumship stuff, I've done angelic stuff. It's just very much whatever serves the highest and best. That's always how I operate, is calling in whatever serves the highest and best. And so could be a loved one that wants to come through, it could be a message, just helping you where you're at. But my messages are, I don't know, always love based. They're always shared with love. We all need love, so we're all connected to love. And that's what I do. I connect us to love, and I help transmute the energy that I get called to transmute, and in different ways. So it's special. I'm very grateful. I'm very much love to just be of service in this way. So, hi Lexi, welcome back. All right, let me see. I guess while we wait, how am I feeling? What do I feel called to do? All right, I'm gonna pull a tarot card. I feel kind of called to pull one. Maybe it's for someone here who maybe doesn't want to come forward, and that's okay. But I am right now just kind of an open channel for the beings that serve the highest and best. And so we'll see what message wants to come through in this space for this collective. All right. Whatever serves the highest and best. Ooh. All right, we got 4 cards that popped out. Damn. All right. All right, so this, I'm gonna do it in the order that they came through. So the very first card is the Strength card, which is Roman numeral number 8, but it's upside down. So let me look at it and then I'll show. All right, so this is the card that came through, the very first card. And there's this feeling of being weak, or maybe we're feeling weak, or someone in here is feeling weak. It feels like something has a hold of them. There's this, yeah, I feel like there's like something gnawing at you, whoever this is for. But it just feels like feeling weak, there's something gnawing at you, and that there's a struggle to get through it, or to struggle to overcome it. And I keep feeling like this area up at the top just feels like a bird, like a big bird, like a bird of prey, predator, whatever, like one of those like really big birds, like an eagle or something like that. Like it feels like their mouth with a really sharp, like thick, sharp, strong beak is just like grabbing at something, grabbing at someone. So maybe the symbolism of a bird means something particular to you all. So that's the first one that's coming through. I want to share that. But that feels like, what is that complete? Yeah, that feels complete. So something in here for my viewers. I'd be curious if this is resonating with you. What's coming up? Feel free to drop that in the chat. But we're gonna move on to the next one that came through, was the Lovers, and this is I believe this is number 6, but it was reversed, so it looks like this. I believe in my camera's ability. Come on, camera, you got this. Maybe. This one wants to be hidden by my camera. Aha! Okay. And this card, I'm like, I see this down here, and the message that I feel is almost like you've lost your marbles. There's this, we've dropped our marbles, we've lost our marbles, something's gone missing. And it's this feeling of, are we going to be able to find the marbles and pick them back up? Or is the marble gone? Is the marble gone for good? And even as I'm reading this one, I'm feeling a lot of heartache. So whoever this is for, I'm sending you love and light. Know that being in union and partnership with anyone, even just being in union with ourselves and our own internal masculine and feminine energy, takes love and grace and kindness, compassion for one another. And as I'm saying this, I am seeing a strength in this card. I am seeing like the intertwinedness of these figures. There is a strength in that bond. Even if that marble feels lost, there does feel like there is a strength here. So it's are you going to be able to overcome it? Can you hold on tight when all you want to do is let go? Okay. Letting that one go. The next one that showed up for this group that's here, or potentially who watches this back, is the High Priestess, number 2. There's a lot of very feminine energy coming through, or like a lot of very feminine figures coming through. So I read this one, and I actually have a book. It's not the High Priestess, it's just called the Priestess, and that's like the first thing I thought of. And I haven't read it, but it's over on my bookshelf over here in my office. But I'm really drawn to this, like, coming up here into like the face swirl region, upper exposed chest, and then the curve of the woman. But the face being a swirl here is really giving me this, like, this goddess, this woman, whoever you are out here, it's like you don't know the power that you hold. Like, you don't know who you are, and you don't know it's like you haven't woken up to what you're capable of just yet. Like, the fact that there's not a face on this figure, it feels like the High Priestess energy is forming, is rising within you, but you haven't fully embodied it and embraced it as a part of you yet. And it is bringing me to the right side of this figure's body. And the right side is typically the masculine side, or what, for me, my symbology, the right side is the masculine side. So it feels like there's a message around integrating your your masculine energy with your feminine to fully embody this high priestess. Because we all have both energies within us. It's just finding the balance that is right for us to, get shit done, be the boss ass bitch we are, while also being in the flowy state of the feminine that's more open to receiving. So there's finding that balance, and whenever you find that balance, oh my gosh, slay queen, like pop off. That is this card. Like that's what I'm feeling right now. And it also, the back of the image behind her too is now kind of taking shape into reminding me of like an ovary. And so it's giving me this like the birth of something new. The egg is forming, or the egg is there for whatever's coming for you. And it's just like I said, as soon as you get that balance, that egg is gonna move along to get fertilized. But the egg is there. The egg is there. The seed is there. The seed has been planted. So it's letting her grow. That feels really good. Like I just got so just like I feel it in my upper chest, just like this. Ugh, like damn right, I'm a priestess. Like that's the like yes, own that, carry that. Yeah, hold your shoulders high, hold your head high. Puff up the chest. Just that's like the few centimeters, few millimeter difference between like I'm sad and in despair and being like, I know who I am. So own that. Own that energy. Welcome back. Hi. All right. The last one that has come through for this kind of collective group and or who watches this later is Seven of Wands, but it's upside down. So give me just a second to look at this imagery and see what feels coming through. Okay. I really love my different decks because I like being able to see different things every time I look at the cards. And this one, really I was drawn to these cracks down here at the bottom this time. And I don't think I've actually ever really noticed that there are cracks down there. And I was just I'm feeling like there's a crack, like cracks in the foundation type of sensation that's coming through for this. And it feels like the figure is actually like falling not backwards into this hole, but it's like the figure is coming forward into this foundation. Like it feels like the figure is coming this way instead of that way, if that makes sense. And so it honestly feels like whoever this is for, like it feels like there's a harsh reality that's coming and that it's about to almost like smack you in the face and it's gonna rock your world. And I'm like looking at this even in the like collective pull that I got. And it feels like this whole all four of these, let me hold them up in the order that I read them in. Now I understand why they all popped out at the same time. This whole spread to me is feeling like someone in here, someone's who is listening, you're about to go through a really big change with a partnership if you haven't already, and it's feeling like that change. Hold on. Yeah, there's this feeling of going through, if you're not already in it, going through this really big change, because it's like you're feeling like you don't have your energy, you don't have the strength to do anything, you've lost your marbles, like, but there is this priestess energy in you, this goddess energy, this divine part of you that is like knows her worth and knows who she is, and in order for her to come out, the foundation of what you know to be true for you needs to shatter, needs to break. And when that breaks, your power will rise, your worth will rise, the birth of the new you will rise. The divine union that you're searching for or craving will rise or be there, will become. But the current way of being, the current way of how things have been, there's no way to get to the other side of it without the complete foundation breaking, the complete foundation falling away to build anew. And I'm saying all of that, and that feels like the main message. What I do want to point out before anyone just ups and gets a divorce or breaks up with anyone is these messages. You can break the foundation. You can completely disintegrate a form of like how you've been existing in partnership with someone else without hold on. How do I say that? No, they wanted me to stop there. Okay, you can break it. You can break it. And it's gonna be okay. And that if it's meant to be, like if you're meant to come back together in some capacity, and it will come. And it's up to hold on. Okay, I think I got to share a little bit about kind of what I experienced in this vein, because it just feels relevant and important to speak on right now. So I was like, I'm married. I have felt this way before. I have felt the need for a complete breakage or a foundational breakage to occur. And I had tried different ways to kind of meet that need. Um, and so some ideas that you could consider is like whether if you need that complete break of like you need a breakup or you need a divorce, that's for you to decide. But there are things you can do in the meantime or prior to doing that if it feels right. And so those things could be, sleeping in different rooms, taking, going on a retreat or like some length of time apart, coming back together, like actually taking a break, or if you are married or in a relationship, like separating for a month or more or something like that, and just like really taking space to be in your own energy and in your own space. I have done various things in that throughout my time, and this last iteration, which feels like was the last iteration I need, I had okay, I'll share it. I had left. I had left with the intention of getting divorce, and there wasn't a path. I didn't see the path forward at the time. I felt like the divorce was the only way. Like I had to leave, and I did. But it was, and it took me like that shattering. I knew it needed to happen. I knew shattering was what I needed to expand and grow, and also I knew it served a purpose, and I knew I couldn't keep going how I was living. And also, it wasn't easy. Like, it was emotionally very difficult. Um, and it wasn't until like I think the fourth day after I was like totally gone that I could see a path forward, and I had grieved enough and reflected enough on who I was and who I want to be in a relationship and who I how I was showing up in the relationship and what beliefs I held about my partner that kept both of us stuck. And so if that's even an option for you, I would invite you to reflect and journal in whatever way that might look like for you on, who do you want to be? Who do you want to be in a relationship? Who do you want to be as a person? Like as an individual, how do you want to show up in that relationship or in a like your dream relationship? How do you want your partner to show up in that relationship? What are you going to tolerate or not tolerate? What are your boundaries? What are your values? And really get honest about yourself on what has been an issue or a problem thus far. And if that saves you time and saves you your relationship so you can do that and move forward together, then I am so happy for you. And if that shows you that that relationship is how it is not going to work and you're not able to stand in it with them while also being your true authentic self, then I'm so happy for you for finding that clarity. And I send you so much love and light as you harness your strength to make the decisions that you feel like you need to make. For me, in my relationship, that time apart of and that deep reflection I did, I'm very grateful because my husband took me back and I ended up only being gone for a month. But that was not easy for either of us, and it also was not easy to return. Definitely took work. Definitely took lots of lots of tears, lots of conversation, lots of healing, lots of trust rebuilding. And so, it's definitely not for the faint of heart, but I'm not saying it's not possible. It's definitely possible. But to me, that experience and acting on my deep knowing that I just couldn't go on as I was is what helped lead me here to be who I am today and helped me unlock so much self-love and helped me unlock so much kindness and compassion for one another and recognize how I was showing up as an unfair partner, I'll say. And I wasn't allowing myself to receive the love that they were giving or capable of giving or trying to give because it wasn't exactly what I wanted. And now I do a much better job at that. I'm not perfect. No one's perfect, but it's definitely that time apart, that reflection, that space gave me that gift of knowing myself, knowing what brings me joy, knowing what who I want to be in relationship and not who I've defaulted to being or becoming. And yeah, I'm doing doing the work to get there. So like I said, I give you all love and light and pray for your strength to make the decisions that you need to make that is right for you and your soul on your journey. And know that you're strong enough to get through it. You're strong enough. You're strong enough. You're not alone. You're strong enough. You are loved. You are love. And it's gonna be okay. Even if it doesn't feel like it right now, it's gonna be okay. Allow whatever it is that needs to shatter, and allow yourself to go into your butterfly chrysalis and be reborn. It's gonna be okay. If you're in this space listening with me now, I invite you to allow in or mentally consent to receiving some Reiki, because I'm just gonna put the power symbol of love here on my heart. And if you affirm within your mind and your heart and your soul that you're open to receiving that Reiki, that love will pour into you. Just invite you to take a few deep breaths as that love is pouring in. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Just feel that love pouring in. Our symbol of love, here to support you. It's the universe's reminder. You are connected. We are all connected. The source, this love, lives within you. again. Just tuning in. Consent to receive some distant Reiki. Just pouring love into your heart, helping heal the heartache. Taking a few deep breaths. Let out a deep sigh. Let out a sound if you need to let out a sound. Let out a cry if you feel a cry coming. The tears flow. It's your body's way to release what no longer serves you. And just giving yourself permission to receive this Reiki, to receive this love, to receive this light, pouring into you, pouring into your heart. Letting those pains go. It's gonna be okay. You know who you are. You know the love that's here for you. You know the love within you. Feel the sigh, feel the yawn, let it go. Feel the tension moving, releasing, relaxing. It's gonna be okay. This pain, this discomfort is only temporary. The love within you is eternal. Yeah. You're doing great. Just keep breathing. It's gonna be okay. Surrounding your heart with so much love and light. Draw the heart or the star symbol of the sun. We are all stars, we are all suns, we are all light, pure positive energy. You are all unique, each of your own way. We are all connected. Beautiful galaxy, all of us. Feel the tension release as you continue to receive giving yourself permission to receive this love and light and Reiki energy. So you fill your whole being with this beautiful star, this beautiful sun, this beautiful light energy pouring into you. Feeling it balance your entire system. Oh, letting out a sigh or a yawn. Again, this is a consent-based energy transfer, energy share. If you no longer wish to receive, all you have to do is remove your consent, turn off the video, leave the space. For those that are watching and listening, the love and light and Reiki energy is pouring in. Share the star, share the symbol of the star, the light all across your body, covering you, coating you in this beautiful light. Reach up high into the sky if that's accessible. Expand your rib cage. So good. Expand your lungs. There you go. Just receiving your love, your light. You are whole, and you are complete. Namaste. Thank you for being here, tuning into that message, tuning into receiving that extra bonus of some Reiki and love and light there at the end. I appreciate you. If you're new, I invite you to like, follow, subscribe on your various socials of choice. And I appreciate each and every one of you for sharing in that with me. So thank you. I'm actually gonna crack my window. I feel like I gotta kind of let some of that flow out real quick. So good. Energy energy work always makes me one, yawn a lot, but two, occasionally burp, because it's just our voices, our lungs, our breath is powerful. That's how you move energy, is with your breath, sound, and movement. So, you know, if you start noticing yourself in the middle of a conversation yawning a lot, it might not necessarily mean you're tired. It could just mean you're moving a lot of energy. You're transmuting a lot of energy, whatever that conversation might be. It's just letting it go. Letting go the tension, letting go stress, letting go what's not serving you. My intention every time I yawn and every time I do work though is to try to make sure that the energy I am releasing is, I don't want the energy just to go out there and do its own thing. I know I can't necessarily control it totally, but my intention when I release it is always for it to be composted and whatever serves the highest and best. And that's just what feels good to me. Whether it works or not, I don't know. You know, who knows? I like to believe it does, and I like to believe it matters, because it's just, yeah. I used to, when I first started moving energy, I used to see it as, when it was leaving, I would always turn it to sand, or like that was what I was imagining that energy was becoming, was sand, just like filling up the beaches with beautiful sand. With all that energy I was letting go. But now I don't know. Sometimes it turns to sand, or sometimes I imagine it turning to sand. Sometimes I imagine it turning to light, but generally I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe it's gonna go turn into a crystal. Maybe it's gonna turn into a rock. Maybe it's gonna I want to say start a volcano. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? But I released it, and my intention in releasing it was for it to be of service to the highest and best. We're still letting it go. And that's the other thing that's worth noting too, is if you're, that's why it's so important to get like fresh air in this, your living space, to allow the energy to kind of clear out and reset. And so whenever I do any sort of like Reiki stuff in my home, or like if I sage or smudge the place, like it's, you gotta crack those windows, because that energy needs somewhere to go. Otherwise it's just gonna like linger in the space and like re-find where it just was, or someplace new within the home. And it's like, you want that go, and you want that light and life force energy to pour in. So crack those windows, people. At least occasionally. You don't need to do it all the time, but I have very much a routine where it's like every morning I go and open all the blinds, and every evening I go and close all the blinds. And if the weather is nice enough, and by that I mean it's not horrendously muggy, or the pollen isn't so bad that my poor husband and poor animals are coughing and sneezing all over the place, I'll crack the windows pretty often just to get a good cross breeze going through the home. It just feels so good, especially in the bedroom. Oh my gosh, crack your windows in your bedroom, people. If you have windows, I hope you have a window in your bedroom. If you don't have a window in your bedroom, start to imagine a home where you have that, and start to work towards having a space where you can crack your window, or I don't know, sleep out. I was gonna say sleep outside. Is that a good idea? Do what feels right for you. I'll just leave it at that. Mm. Yeah. But I've been so blessed with some beautiful weather here today, or actually the last couple days. It's like my favorite weather, where it's upper 60s, low 70s, not overly humid. There's a gentle breeze that just blows through both the home and just if you're outside, and it feels so good. Like the start of this Gemini period or Gemini season has been a blessing. with the weather so far, and I'm so grateful. I'm so excited. I'm here till 4 today, which is about 40 more minutes, so we're just shy of 40 minutes. So if there is anyone or a few others that might be interested in getting a reading, I invite you to put your consent in the chat. And then if not, I don't know, we'll keep chatting and seeing what kind of comes through. I have some good messages that have come through today. That have really resonated deep within me, and also just kind of they feel good. Hi, welcome to the chat. You are ahead of the game on the command of Q. I was trying to get that set up for today, and I struggled. And so I found a different extension that I'm going to set up. I'll try to get it set up this weekend, so I have it for next time. I would need you to put I consent in chat, and then I'll tune in to see if it feels in alignment. At least that's how I'm doing it right now, until I get the Q situation figured out. Okay. Now we feel good. All right. Okay, I feel called to do a 15-minute like full channel, or like a mini channeling session with you. If that does that feel good? I can start the timer. Yeah. So it's basically I would do an opening prayer and connect to you and bring through whatever's in your highest and best. Okay. Are you sure? Or does 15 minutes feel too long? Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you can always withdraw your consent at any time. Just type it in the chat with it, you withdraw, and or set your intention of okay, and then yeah, run to the restroom, and then pop back. But yeah, this goes for anyone too that comes in and consents. You can withdraw your consent at any time, and I'll stop the reading. I'll send your energy back, and send love and light your way, and we can go on. Because, like I said, I channel whatever comes through in the highest and best. Sometimes it's energy work, sometimes it's mediumship, sometimes it's a loved one or guides in some capacity. But it can be emotional, and sometimes it can be consciousness expanding. It really just depends. Wherever your soul is, whatever feels like your medicine for the day. So, me. Yeah, like I said, I'll once I get we're all good to go from Moonflower Orchid, we'll proceed with doing a 15-minute channeled message or channeled reading. But yeah, I'm very big on consent. I do not tune into anyone without their permission, and I do not allow anyone to tune into me without my permission. Me and my spirit team are like welcome back, or welcome for the first time to my page. Thanks for being here. It feels like I can read you. I do want to give Moonflower Orchid just a moment, though, to come back. And I'll give like one more minute. If they're not back in a minute, then we can move on. But I just want to be honor them coming forward. But I appreciate you coming in. And if at the end of if they pop back into the chat within the next 40 or so seconds, say they're here, uh, we'll do them, and then I can tune into you if you're still here at the end of theirs. Otherwise, we can move on to yours. Take a few deep breaths here as we're waiting. Okay. All right. I gave him a little extra time, and it's okay. Maybe it's just the nerves and excitement. It's all right. So we'll move on, and we can come back to Moonflower Orchid if they're back. So Amber D. Filippo. All right, let me see what feels right here. Okay, it feels like an oracle card is coming through for you, Amber. So let me grab my deck. And let me bring this back down a little bit just so you can see my hands as a shuffle. One of these days I'll get an additional camera or something. I don't know. We're having fun. We're figuring it out. I feel like that was too low though. Oh, whatever. All right. Whatever is in your highest and best. The highest and best for Amber. Oop. Hold on. It feels like another one wanted to come out, so I'm going to keep going. And then we'll look at them together. Okay, so it feels like just these two. So I'll bring you back up. We will see. All right. First one that popped out was 55, the further gate, bold step forward. Just taking a deep breath here for a second. Moonflower Orchid will come back to you in just a minute once I'm done with this. But thank you for letting me know. All right, so Amber, this card to me, or like the sensation that's really coming forward, is the imagery of there we go. There's this like face in the rock up here that is overseeing you. And to me, this feels like a very protective energy. And then there's also a very strong sense, an energy pouring out of here, which feels like the chest, the heart, like even just sitting here talking, or as I tuned into you, it's just like, gosh, my heart space feels like, deep breath, like give yourself a deep breath. Feels very sore, I think is the best way to put it. And it feels like you've taken baby steps. You've made a lot of progress. You've made it through that first gate. And now you're approaching the gate that's in the back. You're approaching that further gate. You're approaching this unknown, and there's fear, there's some anxiety, there's some stress and sadness and tension here, and it's this reminder of how protected you are, how watched over you are. I feel like I need to highlight the number 55. That is an angel number. They all have different meanings. I would invite you to look up what that one might be and see what resonates for you there. But I feel like I need to highlight 55. I feel like I need to highlight the message that I just shared with the Reiki and kind of the collective tarot pull I just pulled. So if you missed it, head back or go back and watch that. 55 is on the card. It's on the top. But I feel I'm being drawn to like all the light pouring in the top corner of this card now, and it's just feeling like it feels like this blanket of light is kind of coming over you. And this warmth and this protection of like, you got this. We're with you. By we, I mean your spirit team. That feels complete for this card. So the other card that popped out is Caterpillar Opportunity. And this is a beautiful card. First, I'm going to highlight the number 4. And so that feels important just to point out for you, and also pointing out the colors of the pinks and purples and what those colors might represent for you. What's coming forward is a lot of love, a lot of divinity, a lot of beauty. There's a lot of femininity coming forward as well. And it feels like this is your chance to step into your womanhood, whatever that means for you. I'm feeling really drawn to the curve of this caterpillar, and it feels like an emphasis of the feminine curves, an emphasis of like slinking around, but in like a connecting to the sensuality within you, within your body. And I feel like I need to highlight too, if you're not familiar with the practice or company called S Factor, I'm feeling like your S walk or your S, like the S is the shape of the curves of the woman body. And so I feel this connection of, or potentially invitation to look up S Factor. I love that. Thank you for sharing that in this space. I don't know, you sharing that reminds me that there is a trans woman owned S Factor studio in Las Vegas. I have no idea where you are, but I'm going to point that out. But there's one in Las Vegas called 11th House. 11th House or 11th House? I think it's 11th House. But I love her. She's a queen. Look her up. But there's this connection of like connecting to your body and connecting to No, actually, the I said that and I started to keep going and it's like, no, look up look up 11th house. Look up her name is Hunter on Instagram because that's uh who is one of the owners. She's co-owner with another woman. But it feels like there's a connection there that to be made that feels really divine and feels really good. And actually that feels complete. That was cool. That was cool. That was cool for me. But thank you for letting me tune in and for sharing in this space. Ah, fun. I love synchronicities like that. That Hunter was the name of your ex. Well, like I said, go look her up. She is a fabulous trans woman in the Las Vegas area, and I love her deeply. And so the fact that that came up in a reading and there's these different synchronicities, I love it. Mm. All right, setting your energy back to you, calling my energy back to me. Blasting out whatever doesn't serve to be composted, whatever serves the highest and best. Mm. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. And if you feel so called, I invite you to donate. Otherwise, we'll move on. But again, thank you for showing up and letting me read for you. Moonflower Orchid, are you still here? Perfect. And are you still consenting to receive? I'll close my window real quick. Awesome. All right. And we will proceed. I was trying to think of a fun English word to say, but all of them were failing to come to me. But to answer your question, Amber, if I do readings outside of cards, I do. I have a variety of different offerings on my website where I can do private readings that are closer to 30 minutes of different types. And then what I'm about to do for Moonflower Orchid is going to be a 15-minute reading, which is not going to be, well, I'm not feeling cards coming through for it, so you'll just have to tune in and see what comes through for them. But like I said, I serve the highest and best, so I'm just a channel. All right, that said, let me sit forward a little bit more so I can be more grounded. Moonflower Orchid, I invite you to take a deep breath. If it feels comfortable, you may close your eyes as we tune in together here. Divine Source, Infinite Creator, call upon you now to bring forth whatever's in the highest and best for Moonflower Orchid. Call upon my team and Moonflower Orchid's team of angels, spirits, and guides to bring forth whatever's in their highest and best. Thank you for your time, energy, and gifts. Just gonna take a few deep breaths here, because right off the bat, I'm getting like a lump in my throat sensation. Just keep breathing through that. feeling called to come in close. Just share. Oh, sweetie, it's gonna be okay. Yeah, it's gonna be okay. Let the tears come. The sounds come. It's okay. It's okay. Deep breath, deep breath. Let it go. Let this grief go. Let this pain go. You want to let out a scream and you're in a place that you feel safe that you can do that, and I invite you to scream. Or let out a aggressive exhale. Inhale, exhale like a ka sound and go. Moving it more towards a ha sound now. Inhale. Yeah, let it go. Go, feel a stretch if you need to. Stretch in your throat, stretch in your chest. Allow that anger to rise that's coming up. You are safe. You can feel this in a safe way. You bobble back and forth between the anger and sadness. That's okay. It's valid. Let those emotions keep coming. Keep breathing. Let out those sighs. Let out that pain, let out that frustration. If you have a pillow nearby, grab a pillow, squeeze it. Really feel it in your hands. Feel your fingers contracting around it. Feel the pillow. Maybe you're pushing it against each of your hands, squeezing it between your arms, feeling your arms light up, the muscle tension in your forearms and your fingers. your biceps. Just feel that tension there as you're pressing into the pillow. Releasing, feeling all of that anger pouring into this pillow. Really feel it. Let your arms tremble, let your biceps tremble, let your fingers tremble. Feel that rage, feel yourself holding that pillow, that blanket, whatever it is you grabbed. Maybe you're just pressing against your hands. Just holding this intense, tension-filled stance in front of you. Keep breathing here, keep breathing, keep trembling, keep feeling your muscles ignited. If a snarl comes, let a snarl come. Feel your lips, your nose twitch. Want to grit your teeth, grit your teeth. Now, instead of pushing against the pillow, I invite you to start to pull against the pillow, grab it and pull it outwards. Pull that pillow outwards, feeling the tension, feeling the trembling in your arms, your elbows, your biceps, your hands, your wrists, your fingers. Really feeling that anger here as you're pulling it out. Pull it out. Channel that inner Hulk woman. Inner rage, that inner fire. That wants to be felt, that wants to be seen, that wants to be heard. That demands to be respected. That demands to be seen. Really feel it building here. Feel that anger, feel those demands, feel your demands. Feel your power rising. Feel your strength. Feel how strong you are, how powerful you are, how beautiful you are, how womanly you are. You are unstoppable, indefeatable. You are woman. You are woman. You want to drop the pillow, drop the pillow. Form fists, form your hands into fists. And flex your arms. Feel the tension, feel your biceps, feel your shoulders roll back. Tell yourself, I am woman. I am woman. Don't be afraid. Say it. I am woman. I will not be disrespected. I will not go unheard. Enough is enough. sink in here. Feel that power. Feel that strength. Feel how strong your muscles are. Feel the tension. Feel the contraction. Maybe you want to get your legs involved. How can you tense your legs? Feel your shoulders rolled back, your head held high. And say, I am woman. I am woman. I will not be disrespected. I will not go unheard. I am woman. And I am a force. Take a few deep breaths. And if you're ready to release that tension, start to uncurl your fingers. Keep your shoulders rolled back though. And just feel the tingling. Feel the sensations of your power returning to you as you reclaim a part of yourself. You own a part of yourself. Feel this newfound strength. Feel this strength that was never gone, never lost. Feel your prowess. Who you are. And who you are no longer. You are woman. You are respected. You are powerful. You are love. You are light. Namaste. Send all of your power back to you. Call all of my power back to me. Whatever doesn't serve me to be composted, whatever serves the highest and best. I'm glad that felt therapeutic. That was good. That was really good. I realized after, or like once my timer went off on my other monitor, it was not actually updating on the screen, and that's fine. But we were right at the 15-minute mark. But own that power. Own your power, girl. Own that anger. Use your anger. What did it tell you? Or did it tell me about you, by the way? To me, that was... To me, that was a gift of guiding you back into who you are. And learning to channel your anger in in a way that helps, allows you or shows you how to reclaim yourself. Anger is a powerful tool. I work with my anger whenever it comes up, but anger is an indicator where we need to set firmer boundaries within ourselves and with those around us. One of the ways is with boundary books. I highly recommend a boundary book if you've never had one before. Drop the link there. But the other thing is just allowing yourself to use that anger in a good way to respect yourself, setting boundaries and knowing your worth is a form of self-love, is a form of self-respect. And so to me, you're there, you're in it, you're claiming it, you're bringing it back, you're stepping into your power. So all it told me today in your reading was you're a damn powerful woman. And I can't wait to see what you do. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for showing up and allowing me to tune in and share a little bit with you today. So this wraps up the length of my stream, what I was planning to do, so I'm about to sign off. But if you haven't already, please follow along, follow the channel, follow my other socials, primarily on Instagram, somewhat Facebook, but then I share all these like snippets and stuff on YouTube as well, and YouTube Shorts. So follow along where it feels called, and feel free to explore what other offerings I have on my website, and lots of great resources and tools. But I'll be back on Monday. Thank you, my loves. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next week, and I hope you have a great weekend. Talk to you later.